Lionel Messi is one of the greatest footballers to ever live. The 7th-time Ballon d'Or winner has done it all, and judging by his form at Inter Miami, it doesn't seem like he has any plans of slowing down anytime soon. His breathtaking skills have not only made him famous, but have also earned him hundreds of millions of dollars. And what about his accolades? Well, he's got quite a lot of them, and his awards and trophy collection is simply phenomenal. Did you know that Messi holds the record for the most golden shoes in Europe with 6? As if that's not enough, he's also won a record 34 trophies with Barcelona. These include as many as 10 La Liga titles, 4 UEFA Champions League titles, and 7 Copa del Rey titles. But his success as a player isn't limited to club football alone, as he has also won the Copa America and the FIFA World Cup with Argentina. Certainly, all the successes he enjoyed with clubs and countries is a testament to his remarkable skill. No player in the history of La Liga, including Cristiano Ronaldo, has scored as many goals as the Argentine, who has a whopping 474 goals to his name. Messi has also bagged the most hat-tricks in the Spanish league with a total of 36, but there's more, as Messi also holds the record for the most assists in La Liga with 192. And how can we forget that he also holds the record for the most international goals scored by a South American with a jaw-dropping 103 goals. All in all, Lionel Messi has scored more than 800 goals as a professional for both his club and country. His statistics seem very unreal to most football fans, but those who have known Messi since he was a child will tell you they aren't surprised with the kind of greatness he's achieved on the pitch. Speaking of his early days, Lionel Messi comes from humble beginnings, as he was born on the 24th of June in 1987 in Rosario, Argentina. His dad, Jorge Messi, was a steel factory manager, while his mother worked in a magnet manufacturing factory. But regardless of where his parents worked, Messi's family always had a thing for football, and that's where the young lad's love for the sport began to blossom. As a child, Messi would play street soccer with his older brothers, and he was so good at it that it didn't take long for him to start pursuing an actual career. At the tender age of 4, Messi joined a local club called Grandoli, with his own father acting as his coach. But it wasn't just his dad who wanted to see him play, as his grandmother was also a big fan of his. In fact, she would always accompany the young Lionel to his training and matches. Sadly, his granny didn't live long enough to see Messi become the very best in the world, as she passed away when he was just 11 years old. Of course, this broke Messi's heart, and he continues to pay tribute to her anytime he scores a goal by pointing to the sky. And speaking of his goal scoring, during Messi's very early days at Newell's Old Boys, the then 6-year-old banged in almost 500 goals during his 6-year stay there. At this point, those who watched Messi play already knew he was one of a kind. He was surely destined for greatness, but a certain health issue almost smashed his dreams entirely. At the age of 10, the boy who would go on to become one of the greatest players in the world was diagnosed with a growth hormone disorder. Now his career was under serious threat, and to make matters more worrisome, his father's health insurance plan was so small that it could only handle 2 years of his son's growth hormone treatment. At the time, Messi's treatment cost $1,000 a month, and while it's such a small amount of money for Messi today, it was really tough for his dad to raise the money back then. His boyhood club, Newell's Old Boys, did offer some help, but they ended up backing out on their promise. Messi's father even thought he'd caught a break when River Plate scouted his son, but his heart was broken again when the club declined to play for growth hormone treatment. It was at this point that Messi's dad decided to leave Argentina and head off to Spain, where they had some family members already living. It was also his plan to arrange a trial with Barcelona, and after they did, the club's first team director, Charlie Rexach, was so blown away by Messi's skills that he wanted to sign him immediately. However, Barca's board of directors put a pause on the deal, as it wasn't in their tradition to sign foreign players who were that young. But Messi's father wasn't having it, and he asked Barcelona to show some commitment to their interest in his son. This was what prompted Rexach to prepare a makeshift contract on a paper napkin. Now, with a contract in place, Messi's entire family moved to Barcelona, where they managed to get an apartment close to the Camp Nou. Life as a Barcelona player didn't quite kick off to a flying start for Messi, as he was barely given any playing time due to a transfer conflict between the Catalan Giants and his old club, Newell's Old Boys. This was a difficult period for the Argentine, as football was the one thing he loved doing the most. In fact, his lack of playing time made it so difficult for him to get along with the other kids. Now, if you know Messi, then you would know he has a reserved personality which causes him to not speak much. Add that to his unhappiness due to lack of playing time, and the end product was a child who barely said a word in an entire day. To make matters worse, he began suffering from homesickness after his mother and siblings moved back to Argentina. He was now left alone with his dad, who was not with him all the time thanks to his job. But homesickness wasn't enough to kill Messi's dreams, so he decided to stay and make the most of his life in Barcelona. And his decision paid off, because just after a year at Barcelona's youth academy, Messi was enrolled into the Royal Spanish Football Federation. Now he was eligible to play in all of Barcelona's competitions, and he even started making some new friends, which included a young Gerard Piqué and Cesc Fabregas. Barcelona also paid for all his growth hormone treatment, and he rewarded them by scoring 36 goals for the youth team in the 2002-2003 season. His performances caught the attention of the then Arsenal coach, Arsene Wenger, who wanted to bring Messi over to the London club. And while his Barcelona academy buddies, Fabregas and Piqué, had made the move to England, he decided to stay put at Barcelona. That proved to be another good decision on Messi's part, because in 2003, he was quickly called up by the first team during the international break. He was just 16 years old, but Barcelona's coach at the time, Frank Rijkaard, had already taken good note of his talents. Now it was time for his dream to come true, as he made his debut for Barcelona's senior team in a friendly match against Jose Mourinho's FC Porto. The teenager came in around the 75th minute, but he didn't waste any time making his impact felt, as he created 2 chances and had a shot on goal. At the time, Brazilian soccer legend Ronaldinho was Barca's star man, and he fell in love with Messi after seeing what the young Argentine could do with the ball. Rumour even has it that Ronaldinho told his teammates that Messi would grow to become far better than he was. And he wasn't wrong, because with Gaucho and Samuel Eto'o by his side, he was quickly becoming a regular feature for Barcelona's senior team. Fast forward to 2021, and the young player from Rosario, Argentina had won absolutely everything there was to win in club football. Champions Leagues, La Ligas, World Club Cups, Super Cups, Copa del Reys and Ballon d'Ors. But as they say, all good things must come to an end, and that end started brewing in August of 2020, when Messi handed in a letter to Barcelona which stated his intentions of leaving, citing his unhappiness with the way the club was being run as his major reason. When news of this broke, Barcelona fans had their heart in their mouths, as Messi was a player who they had begun worshipping, and seeing him leave the club would be nothing short of a nightmare. Sadly for the Nou Camp faithful, that day eventually came, as Messi officially made the move to PSG on the 10th of August 2021. Before PSG, Messi had been nominated for every Ballon d'Or award since 2005. However, he couldn't put up the same performances for his new club, and for the first time since then, Messi failed to make the list. This was very disappointing, not only for him, but for the PSG fans as well, who at the time believed Messi's heart wasn't at the club. This caused them to turn on him, with them booing him on several occasions. Thankfully, his terrible time at Paris eventually came to an end, although he ended his last season in France with 16 assists, which is the most in the league. His next destination would be Inter Miami in the MLS, and this was a move that shocked the entire footballing world. First of all, no one expected Messi to move to the MLS, and secondly, no one expected him to move to a club that wasn't even doing well on the pitch. Regardless, Messi put pen to paper for the Miami team, and he began his life in the MLS with an absolute bang. He made his debut in a Leagues Cup match on the 21st of July against Cruz Azul, where he scored a beautiful stoppage time free kick to give his team a 2-1 win. He went on to score 9 more goals in his next 6 matches for the team, which inspired them to go all the way to win the Leagues Cup final against Nashville SC on the 19th of August. This was the very first trophy in Inter Miami's history, and it was all thanks to Messi's brilliant efforts. And while these moments were great for Messi, his proudest moment has to be leading Argentina to World Cup glory in 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, the FIFA Ballon d'Or goes to
Lionel Messi.